Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's webinar where we will discuss the resources available to support the Geotab community. I'm Aaron Jarvis, and along with our training team here today, we will cover quite a comprehensive agenda. So I will give you a very quick overview of Geotab as a company and specifically our presence in the UK and a little bit of an overview of the product. And then we'll move over to the training team who are going to run you through some of the great resources that we have available to support our resellers and customers. So, Luis, if you want to jump onto the slides about Geotab, I will get started.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this webinar that we have prepared for you regarding Geotab resources and open access resources that we have available, and also with we're going to talk about the Geotab community, this new platform that we have made available quite recently for all of those that are already part of the Geotab ecosystem, and also for those that are also interested in learning more about Geotab. This is actually what we have prepared for you today. We're going to actually focus on those access that are, like I said, open. We're going to go over the Geotab website, some online videos, some advanced, actually, let's say, access sections that we have regarding our data. Also, we're going to have an overview of the Geotab community. We're going to show you the structure of the community, what it's actually composed, and also giving you some indications on how to participate in the Geotab community as well. We're going to just finalize mentioning also some of those specific, let's say, resources we have available only for our resellers, our partners, through sales.geotab.com. Okay, so just an overview here about what Geotab is. Actually, Geotab here is a world leader in connected vehicle, in IoT solutions, very focused in fleet management. And actually, we are actually a company that started in North America in the year 2000. Geotab now has more than 400 partners. It's a very dynamic ecosystem. It's growing, and also we are close to 1,200 employees all over the globe. That actually makes us a global company, and this is actually the cities where we are based. We're based in Las Vegas, Mexico, London, Rome, Munich, also in Germany, Aachen, very strong presence in Europe as well. And of course, we've been, let's say, distinguished as one of the companies with the largest penetration by Fortune 500. Our Go device is very powerful and expandable, and it's actually very reliable. It has a very low failure rate. It also, can be installed very easily. It's expandable with IOX, and also has included some accelerometer, 3D gyroscope as well. If you have been following our series of webinars, we have touched lots of points regarding the functionalities this device can have in analyzing data regarding driving behavior, getting engine data as well, and also analyzing collision reports. This is actually the technology we're based on, and I have already mentioned some of them. We use a curve logging algorithm for data recording, and here you have some links for further analysis. On the software part, all of that data that we collect can be analyzed and can be revised and checked via this fleet management solution that we call my Geotab. It gives you a very seamless access to your data. It helps you analyze productivity, safety, and efficiency by garnering all of that information and then, let's say, giving it back in the ways of meaningful reports that are very customizable. We have lots of data sets to start with, and of course, the configuration and customization, it's actually very, very big. We have a rules engine as well. We have already covered the rules engine in a previous webinar that we actually invite you to check out, as well as working with geofencing and zones, and also groups for better analysis. And now my colleague Elena Young continue with the presentation.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Elena Young, and I'm an account trainer for Europe based in London, UK, here at Geotab. I'm really excited to walk you through all the incredible Geotab resources and the Geotab community. And we will start with the open access resources we have here. And the very first one is our Geotab website, and which has some excellent resources available. It is great for finding out more about our products, getting the latest news with blogs, white papers, success stories, readily available for you. And now we will jump to the website to show you around. So here is our website. This is the UK version of the website. So if you want to choose to make sure that you are seeing the UK is from the language sections, you can just select English UK, and here you are. So in the first section that I'd like to show you, we have the products, and in the products we have our Go device and software. If you click on our Go device, you will find more information about our Go device, all the details you would like to know about, and as well as our IOXs, differentiators, and we have information about our Go Rugged and our NFC and more. And going back, if you want to check out our software, for example, My Geotab, if you click here, this is where you would land. Just a quick snapshot of it, and then some main features here. I will let you go explore more around here. What do we have next? Really exciting is our marketplace. So it's basically like an app store with plenty of useful solutions that you may want to get to complete what you have as a solution. So this is the marketplace, and then we have listed our marketplace partners and the solutions we have. If, for example, you're not willing to go through all of them, you can always select by categories according to the industry or the vertical that you're interested in. Another thing here is the support. So we have obviously our product guide, we have useful installation documentation, we have loads of frequently asked questions to get started. We have support documentation, support alert. If you click here, will get you to the community, and I'm gonna talk about community later on. And then we have in our resources, there is some reading here, and that will take you through our website blog. So here you can find all the articles that we have published, and obviously the most recent ones will come up at the top. And if you want to see the white papers, success stories here, you can find more in this section, and I invite you to check them out because it might be something really beneficial for you. So there are some UK companies that may seem familiar for you. So yeah, I strongly recommend checking that out. Another thing that we have is the training side. So we have a page dedicated for all the training materials, and you can request a demo if you like. We have all the how-to guides, how-to videos, and when we talk about the how-to videos, most of them they're uploaded on our YouTube channel, and you can find our Geotab YouTube channel, and there are plenty of good resources here for you to check out. Right, so now we're gonna go back to our presentation, and I'm gonna take you through the advanced resources. And here are, so many of you may know already that we have 2 million vehicles on the road, and we collect over 40 billion data points on a daily basis. So it's not just the GPS that makes our data special. We believe we have the richest telematics data set in the world. It's because of many other things we collect on board. We have the accelerometer, the GPS, we get the rich engine data, and we can get the information like the ambient air temperatures or the RPM from the vehicle, and all of that tell us about the world that we live in. So what that does is that our vehicles are becoming basically sensors on wheels. We're not only getting driving patterns and what people are doing, but we are also getting information about the environment we all live in, and that's something really, really exciting. Now we have the power to use this huge amount of data collected every day in loads of innovative ways, like to minimize traffic jams or identify road improvements before they lead to incidents, improve profitable businesses, build smarter cities, and so much more. As a company, we believe in open data, and that's why we make it available to our customers and to you. So if you want to just quickly check out our IoT page here, we have loads of details around IoT data insight solutions here. We have a quick video introduction about Geotab Big Data and how this is explained, some figures here that can be useful, and as I mentioned, how this data can be used to improve smart cities, weather, IoT benchmarking, and more. All right, so let's get back to our presentation, and I'm going to introduce you another advanced resource we have here at Geotab. And this is the SDK, and as you probably know, it is a software development kit which helps people to use a platform to extend functionality. This can be used to create, for example, apps for smartphones, or integrate my Geotab data with a third party, or create my Geotab add-ins. So these add-ins provide a way to add new functionality and value-adding features inside my Geotab application. And also, we can automate tasks such as bulk importing devices, users, or zones to my Geotab from simply an Excel spreadsheet. So that's something quite cool. So if you just access Getting Started with Geotab SDK, you will find everything you need around this subject. The landing page provides some general information about SDK, illustrates how to install a device, register a database, and make your first API call. And I'm gonna take you for a round here, because it's more exciting when you actually see it than I'm just talking about it. So this is the page, and we have different sections here that you can go and check them out. So as I was mentioning, this is the Getting Started page, and then we have concept sections here, which I invite you to check it out. So in this section, you will find a variety of methods, like how to add, authenticate, create database, loads of methods like get, custom data, and many more. A great feature in the API is the runner. So if you check here, we have API, reference, and runner. In the reference, you can find the methods I mentioned, and then for every single method, you can use the runner. We also have coding samples. So here are the methods I was telling you, and if you want to try me, you can get check the runner for every single one. So you can see how many of them we've got here. So if you're a developer, that can be really useful and insightful for you. And then we have some code samples. We have JavaScript example, .NET examples, or add-in example, and I invite you to check them out. because they're totally open for you. And then if you are, for example, a developer and you get stuck, a great resource for developer is the Geotab Community, and I'm going to talk in the next minutes about it. To get there, you can just click forums, and that will take you straight to the community. So now we're gonna speak about community as promised. So this is the next part will be dedicated to our Geotab community, which offers lots of digital support offerings that we have available here. So what's the community, you may ask? It's a brand new thing. Basically, it's resellers, customers, partner, and Geotab helping each other how to grow and succeed, right? Geotab knows a lot, and we have been in telematics industry for 20 years now. We are very proud of that. Tons of knowledge, and we've been working with you, our resellers, and for kind of similar amount of time. So we know that you have just as much knowledge as we do. Once we get it out together and we collaborate together in the same online space, the amount of knowledge is immense, and just compounded value for everyone, for us and for you, which we are very excited. So that's kind of the gist of the community here. It's not just you asking questions and we answer, although that's obviously part of it, but part of the great value is that you can now see how other people like you use Geotab software. Most of our customers work from very small fleets. It can be something like 1 to 10 vehicles, and maybe there is only one person managing the fleet management software, and they want rapid solutions to questions. They don't have much time to find that answer. So here Geotab is picking up the phone very quickly. We can do that very well, or responding via chat. But how much faster is just to type in the search bar and then a knowledge-based article is immediately presented to you. So that's something pretty cool. Another great thing about the community is that we want to make it easier and more possible for our entire ecosystem to submit ideas and feeding it and basically give us feedback. We will take it very seriously, and we will let our community vote on it, and the ones that get the most votes will make it happen, because we know that is something needed in that regard. Moving on, and if you ask me specifically what can I do here, well, find answers quickly. That's as I mentioned earlier. So you have lots of knowledge-based articles, technical documentation, how-to videos, Q&As, and if you still can't find the answer, just post a question. It's just as simple as that. You can tap into so much experience. It's not just you anymore, not just you in Geotab, but you can now expand into that network of knowledge. It's now everyone that relates to Geotab that can collaborate and grow our collective knowledge-based articles. You can also articulate the challenges you face, sharing something like, I want to create rules as to reduce idling or something else. You can put that out in the community and get other fleet managers respond on how they have done it successfully and get inspired. So you can also build your reputation and prove what you know about Geotab through the community. I will show you a little bit more later. So we have this kind of gamification and leaderboard where your contributions are tallied and you can see who answered the most questions and knows the most. If you are a customer, so if, for example, I would be a customer and I would come check the community, I don't have a reseller, I would probably look at that in order to choose my reseller, right? Moving on, speaking about the crowdsource support questions and success tips. As we mentioned, we have several parts in the community, and I'm gonna go a little bit more in details around it. We have different sections for discussions, for example, when you click on topics. So this is how the icon looks like. So you can ask questions or just find articles related to, for example, setup and installation, related to data and reports, related to troubleshooting, or you can also find general questions. And the last one here, circled in red, is developer section, specifically for those of you who know a little bit more about my Geotab SDK. We have a very active developer section, and you can jump in there with your developer questions. Also, you can include, for example, code snippets, and our team will jump in and do their best to help. Additionally, we have the knowledge base, how to get started, and other resources, and you can see the icons shown here. Yeah. In the knowledge base section, we have this great method where every single question that comes in, we document it, we put it in the terms you can understand, and we have it available. So all you have to do is basically search. If you have a question like, how do I reset my password? And you can pull the knowledge article that will show you exactly what our support staff would have told you to reset your password, for example. It's really powerful and useful because it's at your fingertips, simply. When you click on the knowledge base button, you will see that is broken down into the sections indicated here, like My Geotab, Compliance Products, SDK, Hardware, and Firmware. All you have to do is just choose one of these categories, and it will bring up every single article we have publicly available under those. And you will see that on the left-hand side, you have a lot of different features to filter through the exact information that you're looking for. And then we have the Getting Started section, is a self-paced onboarding resource with everything you need to know to get started as a new Geotab customer or a new Geotab reseller or partner or other. And also we have resources available, which is the icon here. Includes quick access to the product guides, support documentation, installation documentation, and a great selection of how-to videos. They are directly in the community. You can jump on there and watch them in a small version without leaving the website, or click on the link at the bottom. You can see view on YouTube, and it will bring you right on the YouTube channel where you can view the videos larger. We also have release notes section and access to my Geotab SDK. So I invite you to check them out. So now you can ask yourself, how do I join? Well, it's very simple, fortunately. All you have to do is just follow this link, community.geotab.com, and then click on the blue login button that you would find it in the right-hand corner, where you will then get a user drop-down menu where you can choose from Geotab reseller if you are one, or Geotab customer, or Geotab partner, employee, or other. If you choose, for example, Geotab reseller, you can log in using my admin single sign-on credentials. If you are a Geotab customer, you can log in using my Geotab credential. If you choose other, for example, you can log in choosing one of your social media logins, like your Gmail, LinkedIn, or Facebook. So it's just as simple as that. As I mentioned to you earlier, we can search for answers, right? You can see here, there's a little video that shows you a little bit how it goes. Pretty much what you have to do is just start typing in whatever thoughts come to your mind as to what you're looking for. We have this great feature where it will start populating relevant discussions based on the text you put in the search bar. What the community is trying to do is making sure you get your answers very fast. When you post questions, it will do the same thing. We make sure that we have already the knowledge. So if we have the knowledge already out there on the internet, that knowledge is presented to you immediately. The main point is that we want self-service to yourself, so you can help your customers or it can be an option for you to give to your customer as a reseller. So this is a lot easier than calling in, even though that service will remain. We want to make sure that there are other resources we can provide for you. So another thing that you can find is, if we don't have a discussion or a related article that answers that question, you can just ask your own question as mentioned earlier. Again, we have a little demo in the upper right corner showing you how to do this. Just click on the ask a question. You can see it in the background here, the button, and just type your question in. When asking a question, first you would need to choose from the post to drop down menu, basically choosing from a list of topics related to your question. This will allow you to get a response quicker. If you choose, for example, data and reports, your question will be posted to this specific topic and the group that they're interested in that subject, and they will have more visibility, will be able to look at that and give you great answers. Once you have selected your post to topic, you write in your question, and we advise you to keep it pretty concise, as this is a self-service and they will be used in the future. If you ask, how do I reset my password, and provide your credential or any personal details, it will show then when someone will look for a similar question, hence why it's important to keep it concise. So in order to provide more context, we absolutely encourage you to do that. Please add as much information as it is necessary in the details section, and then click on the ask button. You will get an answer from one of our Geotab colleagues, or even more importantly from other customers or resellers, very fast. At this point, we have a goal of getting an answer within 12 hours, but most likely people get answers within only a few hours. In the community, we plan to get it quicker and quicker, and the more users we have, the faster you get a response. In terms of what you can ask here, the options are endless. From general product questions to setup and installations, to data and reports, to troubleshooting, marketplace, for example. Obviously, we can't favor a specific marketplace solution, but our users can absolutely give you their opinions on it, which is a great resource. We encourage you to post success stories. For example, how to use products better, how to solve business challenges. This is an opportunity to network and discuss those similar challenges and solutions found through our products. We also have training questions. There is something I would really like to encourage you, is that you don't have to post only questions, but also share advice. As we mentioned here on the slides, feeling brave, share your tips. If you have a lot of knowledge and other people could benefit from it, please share. Create a post. So I was mentioning about the leaderboard earlier. A big thing we have, which is pretty new, but it's taking off already, this leaderboard. There are two different great parts to this. The first is demonstrate your knowledge, and who doesn't want to do that? As you can see here, every person will have a knows about area. You can see next to, for example, the first person here, knows about. And you can see that Caesar knows about setup and installation and other things. So that's important area that will show specifically which user has answered a lot of questions on, or has been endorsed by the users for being knowledgeable on. As shown too, they can build up coins. It's something we are developing on. and we are excited about it. Users that rank up on the leaderboard get a certain number of points and a certain ranking. Will actually be so these ones will be invited to join a program that will give them more exclusive learning opportunities and access to Geotab. I can't give more details around this because there's still some work in progress, but absolutely the leaderboard is the best way if you're interested to guarantee your spot. Obviously, it's a way to show off, as we've said that before. And if for example, if I would be a customer that joined that community but doesn't have a reseller, I would look at this leaderboard. It's important. We do not, something that I'd like to mention, we do not allow direct sell in the community. If we find that's happening, it's in our rules and you will have to be removed from the community. But as I mentioned, you can absolutely build your brand. How else can I get involved? Updating your username as the default one will be a series of numbers. So basically we give you the choice to do that. Adding a profile photo and your profile has an about me section. So these are a great tool. You can include your name in there as a reseller. If you sign through MyAdmin, it will also show your company name. If not, you can include your company in there if you like, and the professional profile picture always go a long way. We strongly recommend introducing yourself in the introduce yourself thread pinned at the top. It's an opportunity to say who you are, why you are here for, and what you love about Geotab and our products. Something important. It will help other people connect with you, which is a great opportunity to get a foot in the door and get a first post if you don't want to put a question right away. You can also follow topics of interest or knowledge. There are two ways to do that. First, if you have a lot of knowledge to share, please follow topics that you know a lot about. People are going to have questions, and if you have that answer and it will take you only a second to save somebody's day, that can be rewarding for you because you can help someone that needs help, and it's great for your company's reputation. So again, building your brand here. Secondly, if there is a topic that you're not 100% competent in, follow that topic because there will be a lot of discussions that can help you build that knowledge. We also encourage you to answer questions and add additional insights and resources. The more crowdsourced answers we have, the better for the ecosystem. Another thing is if you post a question and someone gives you an answer, and that was exactly where you're looking for, and that helped you solve your problem, please select it as best. It's a great statistic for us, and we want to make sure that this community meets your needs. So please let us know if that answer really helped. If someone did say to you your answer that was helpful, you can give them a little upvote and let them know that you appreciate that. Finally, what I'd like to add is if you find something that is inappropriate or incorrect, please flag it. That will be immediately going to our community manager, Genevieve, and she will handle it. So the more eyes, the better. So in the next section, I'm going to take you for a little walk around our community. So as I mentioned to you, the login button where you can get started. We have community hub topics what we were talking about earlier. We have groups, knowledge base where you can find all those good articles, how to get started, and other resources. And for example, I'm gonna want to look for a question. So for example, I will just type rules, and there will be some suggestions coming up. So maintenance reminder rules, I'm just gonna click on that and see what I get. So here you have different answers and discussions. I can get around the question I was typing in. So if you have little sign here, the spanner, that is basically the sign for knowledge base articles, and then the dialogue icon here would indicate discussions, and I can filter here. So if I want to filter by articles, by discussions, by author, so it's up to you how you want to filter these answers here. And we have our lovely leaderboard, and we can see our top 10 contributors, which is good to have them at a glance. And here are most recent, so the latest posts. You can also, for example, change it from to top questions or most recent activities, up to you. And we have here, is there a link to bulk edit tool for my Geotab in the Geotab SDK? So that would be probably a little bit more developer-oriented questions, but we can see that that question has a answer that has been voted the best, the green little icon. So you can see here that has been selected best. There's some upvotes, and there are some other answers down here. I will let you explore more the community on your own, because there's plenty here. So that was about our community. Moving on and speaking about sales.geotab.com. Here we go. We have been talking about all the great resources you can access freely, and now I'm going to share the one you can access if you become a reseller or a marketplace partner. So we have really great resources here. So sales.geotab.com has resources available exclusively for reseller and marketplace partner, such as marketing brochures, videos, case studies, guidelines, and so on, which have all been localized or translated where necessary. And there is still some more work in progress that we are doing here to make sure that we can provide that support for different languages. Sorry. It is truly an amazing resource for those working in sales or marketing amongst our clients and partners. Basically, that would be the Geotab Bible. Here we have success stories and information around the benefits of our product that are perfectly tailored for a variety of verticals and industries. Our resellers are definitely, and we get that feedback all the time, that they're finding sales.geotab extra valuable, which is something they could only find in Geotab and nowhere else. And obviously, it's something we're very proud about it. So this is a little bit the landing page in sales.geotab.com, and these are basically more options here. For example, if I'm looking for products and solutions, we have different options here. We have the company overview, product updates, customer support, all our pillars, Geotab Roadside, My Geotab, Go Devices, and so on. So here I selected on the screen information about electric vehicle, for example. So you have different articles, brochures, slide decks that can be useful around electric vehicles. And then as you can see here under electric vehicle, we have view all videos, main folders, documents, presentations. So there you can separate them if you want. So here is just another thing that you can find. So if I'm looking at industries and verticals and I'm choosing UK, for example, we have again, I can see here all of them, or I can go and choose brochures or only documents, and I have information specifically for the industries that you want. So for example, you have a client that you want to, customer that you want to approach, and that's in transportation and logistics, here we go. Information around that. If you have customers around courier and delivery, we have good stuff here. So as a resellers and marketplace partners, there's something absolutely brilliant to explore around here. And as you can see here more, we have our conferences, we have logos and branding. As a marketing person, you would be needing all these things. So I let you explore, and if you're not yet a reseller, I invite you to get in contact with us.
Thank you everyone for joining today, and thanks Elena for your great presentation, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you very much.